We will open our meeting at 6 p.m. Call.
Mayor Campbell,
Here.
Councilmember Weathers,
Here.
Councilmember Spring. Here. Councilmember Sears. Here. Councilmember Zarika.
Here.
Councilmember Longley.
Here. Would you join us for the pledge of allegiance? Pledge of allegiance. To the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do have an amendment to the agenda. We will be moving the executive session from the end to right after we're done talking about the amendment and minutes and such, so.
I will make a motion to accept the agenda and minutes as amended.
Not second.
Your first and second, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So we will be, since there's a large group here, we're gonna leave you all alone. We're gonna go into executive session. We will be back in 20 minutes. Hopefully, if it's longer than that, we will come out and tell you it'll be longer. So.
Okay, so just for the minutes, the executive session is going to be under RCW 42.30.110 subsection 1I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to agency enforcement actions. Or to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency litigation or potential litigation in which the agency is or likely to become a party when public knowledge regarding this is same is likely to result in adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency, and no action expected.
Right, okay, thank you. We shall return. So they do. I don't. I got on. This is good.
Could be half an hour, you don't know.
Well, they'll come back in 20 minutes and if they have to extend it, they'll also extend it for X amount of time and.
Yeah, I said it could be, it's an hour.
An hour and a half, you don't know.
Really?
Yeah. This is exactly what it is. Still on that. What do I do about this? Some, you don't want to know answers. Lose a one.
You can see this online? Yes. Yes, how do you do that? I mean, is it?
So there's a Zoom link on our website, and you can just click on it and it'll take you right into the.
Huh? Yeah.
You told me you do.
That's insane.
It's insane.
And
That's what they're going to maybe it's a.
I'm ready with your.
so it is somewhat voice activated.
So-
You're talking and it'll move around.
Yeah, you're right. Well, what's the deal?
Yeah, I used to watch the good meetings of them. Yeah, I used to watch them, like, I guess I would. And was like, you say something, it's just a month of break. I should say it. Yeah, that's. It's like, oh yeah.
this is one on somebody with the same.
Down and back. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, okay. Great, system. Yeah. Go out and say, I want to, because we got. Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
But I know, a while ago, we have them.
Does that have something like on the?
And it was a younger. And this is a way to they need to send it in, and we're gonna do with so much the quote. So that would be, so them because they're not the same as the last. And then they said it was all just.
Are we grabbing lunch?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I was wondering.
Okay, think they will.
I'll send it.
That's all right. Insurance covers some sort of.
So those of you who have just joined online, council is in executive session. They're expected to be back about 6:22, but they may extend for longer.
So why? We said he's holding nothing. Also, that.
Because I'm kind of wondering if they can. How will they make that up? I guess
She gets
church was not.
Yeah. Was that? It's just that that's also yes. It's no showing things that you must. This is the general result investigation, so the matter has closed at one right now. Yeah. That's a bit cool. Okay. This.
I really.
So she's will stand up.
Because it's that. And so they just wanted to prove that. That's. It'd be interesting. That's why.
I didn't know about it, like.
Okay, so I have.
Well, I know sometimes if they were hitting the real estate transaction, you know, hard, like that. And that's how they would do this, they would get into, non-secure. Which was in, as realtors, and then they would find out either closing agent that he had his years. You know, and then they pointed out the bunch of because they could see that, and they could tell them it was in. And so about a week earlier, and those guys that all charged, they went out to see, these things that for some $1,000. And he wired it, and then pretty wired it, you know, all of the closing was. Well, they don't know that they're turning on. And then, the, usually they think it's so close to this. Even though I were off or something, and going through all those paperwork, it was just. Wouldn't see it, or you might see it, but then it just doesn't register because.
What I say is that something. You'll die.
Just trying to think of when I had E&O insurance, but did have something. Work in my liability. With them, must be a lot of money going out. I'm not sure what they pay for staying insurance. I didn't pay money, but I did some issues like that. You know, it's just. Just like this, so we never had it for years.
So that's it, you know, but let's time.
Yeah.
Because. I know we're.
Yeah.
So. No, not sliding us in, so these next.
Yeah. And I think the saving grace for the council members, that, you know, she knows they're. They wouldn't have that access to make the, I mean, and if they're getting the staff bills. They may look at it or whatever, if it was something like that. Unless you're studying that, which I doubt, I mean, it's hard. You wouldn't guess it. I mean, that's like. Options open, different things.
That you do that, I'm so.
Oh, goodness, because, yeah, he lived across the street from us on Second, and he went down, and I think it's Hampton with his family or something for a long time, waiting for the house, to sell the house sold. Last summer, so, he's been out of the house for a while, so I'm not really sure where he's at.
Rifles of sun,
Mhm.
sun pulling up their lines.
Well, that eliminates this part, doesn't it?
But.
Oh, that's true. Gotta have to laugh, because when Freddie Anderson was mayor, which was way too long. He was just making.
Yeah. Also,
I know. I got something, yeah. Well, now, so there's like the letter of that.
More efficient.
So they have the, like, it's like that, it's just being very. Because it's something, it's easy. And actually, there was a kid that was, he's a senior, and he's in all of some. So he's the completely well. So.
You know, people would really like to say, force things, you know, medicals, not it's amazing that that was changed.
So when you think about it, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Well, you put in, you see. Talking to someone recently about, and I said, yeah, all you had to do is There's one, there's people really answering. And then your bio, that's in the, voters. And I don't think you have.
Yeah.
So then just say that you, in your answers are pretty, that you just follow on. Yes, I mean, if someone can, you're able to show you the class. I just think some people probably couldn't.
Yeah. But that's endorsement, like, undecided votes with us.
Oh, I think so.
This is out there.
Yeah. I guess it's okay for him to do that, but yeah, I wasn't happy with that.
Again, I should endorse it.
Yeah, always. Yeah. The only thing I would say would have been an issue is if you went home and you just outside, it would be hard not to do anything. They could, I don't know, I could come. Yeah, but wasn't she trying to get on the school board?
Yes. Or election.
For that.
He was probably gonna end up staring down.
And before you go, yeah, well, you don't know, that's the trend. Yeah, well, this is another year away, yeah. Yeah, they're kind of a picture, you know, June, more or less. And people remember, and she goes, you know, that was old.
I was wondering, I don't use it out. It's money recognition.
Are you on the planning commission?
Yeah.
Oh, county one.
Just trying to find it to do my creative that.
Oh, I was. The second, and she says, why don't you come to me? And she goes, I said, send me an email where it is. I never just see it.
Yeah, I just got to the creative district.
They do need insurance.
Yeah. Very well designed are, and we'll be on right now. Right now, just can't wait. So we're doing that, but also the planning, Americans doing this birth celebration for the community. It's like, banners or towns.
Are they gonna do some kind of celebration in the?
I don't know, that's actually a good thing.
Things. 800 birthday or something, maybe it was 100 their fifth, the establishment of Newport, we did
So
a
many.
big birthday party in the park.
Frustrated.
And so we had, under the gazebo, we had the chili cook-off.
So
We
maybe.
had, spinning around and lots of different businesses, the sponsors are on the award team, so we had that tug of war events. The Evergreen artist put on an art display, we had some bands, and Ken Smith, we just, he baked a 4 foot by 8 foot, so that we served. It was a, we figured that we would end it by that, it was fun, it was a shooting. The last big thing we did was the Christmas tree for Washington DC. Look how well that was. I don't know if you were around that time. It was really well attended. They have the thing outside that.
Yeah, I was born and raised here.
Oh, okay, so you're around, yeah. And that was amazing. We had the little parade with the Victor Street. It was kind of, would have been nice if you kept that momentum going again.
Yeah, Newport got a lot of attention.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, we got on that.
I just saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, the legislators TBM, she said, it's sample.
Policies, energy.
It was so.
And she, I'll have to look it up and see if I can see it.
Yeah. Oh, I should tell you this. She had a perspective.
Oh, yeah, 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 it probably has to be to some extent. This, it's seniors that they're, well, exactly, yeah, you know, everything, measuring everything. It's gotta be, I'm in trouble training the folks.
Well, you should, so, you should, so. Oh, it's about that.
Yeah, where he's working now. Are you still
Try.
working?
So, it's like, yes, it's right now.
Good choice. Yeah, I'm selection of that.
Yeah, I think I first, like, in high school, my senior year, my teacher got my semester credit. So I was like, oh, it was impossible, that's what the one is doing too.
Showed him where he was wrong in some of his answers.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying like, I like political history and all that stuff and, studying constitutions, that's my stuff.
You like beating your head on a wall then.
Sometimes, yeah.
Um,
I know this stuff. I've actually done.
yeah, yeah, oh, I could tell when we talked, I'm very aware of everything that's going on, so. I talked to Nancy Thompson, she said she addressed the letters.
So what's the next thing?
Yes, it was in the second issue of the line.
Oh, what's that? I don't remember seeing her, definitely very famous.
Yeah, no.
That's the first time, like,
Oh, sweet. I haven't really been there. Oh, it's here, very bold. It's like here.
Oh. Yeah, we've never seen her. And then it was-
Yeah.
It's really very close. Yeah, that's.
He's what was that? First week. Yeah.
Oh, I think so. Well, a lot of people. Well, you're in a very long, yeah, first.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yes,
Yeah,
nice.
it's the.
He's great. That's more than all. Right. And going in school. Oh, it's great. So they're not. Yeah, so full-time student.
Yeah, I'm a full-time student right now. I'm giving Angela and all, love that. So.
So are you going to do like 2 years junior college and transfer credits over there?
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna stay here and do like online school for 4 years.
Oh, really?
Just because, I feel like oh, so in the community. Doing schooling at the same time.
Yeah,
You know, I don't feel like going to like a 4 year college for like a long period of time, you know.
You know, my son went to Gonzaga. He graduated early and he went from. And, I really like that, because it wasn't just the education, it was the network that
Yeah.
people with similar. I mean, a lot of people just want to party, but he went in, it was a 5-year program, he did.
It'll be about 10 more minutes.
He did graduate with some debt, but he paid it out right then, and he had some stuff.
Yeah, my first order for the SEC and that's political science 101. And I think it's the class of 100.
Oh, wow.
So I was, I don't want to say student, I was a star student.
So council has extended their executive session an additional 10 minutes.
So you can't do it all online.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, the actually has a super important, either.
I really like that.
Yeah, I hear about that.
Well, and Eastern, and even down with they didn't put much effort and I'm showing it around. It didn't help us come down about student loans. It was just like, just wondering what Senate, and probably that is shares. And it was not a good presentation. It was not right, but I really good way to being a student and the student to take this on campus about this and all this. And so it's smaller classes. I wasn't talking about it for the first time. I checked the system. It was I thought it was a great. But you got, it was a, and what was it? And he's and lots of them making murders. And paying for the house. And finally, and then they also found he would work all this stuff, so to help. My student time. That's it. It was a really good experience. And you're not. Oh, right, whatever.
It's basically, they're all out of revenue.
Yeah, I don't have anything for them, other than fact these down.
Yeah,
Really.
Yeah.
I like it. But he's been out of the council. And I know he's so healthy. And he really wanted it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's all, it's probably the first thing he did, you know, my hand. And he said that he was impressed with it.
Oh, good.
Like, maybe 19-year-old.
Absolutely. I was very pleased to see this.
Yeah, if I look at. There's a lot of last year, how we used to set up this kind of lot. No, I didn't buy. I got 47. He says, yes, I live. Inshallah, yes, we get keys. The name says, previous.
Yeah.
One guy.
One time, I thought about people, they like to break, they don't like it, they're really cruel or.
And, so this is, you get back to the here, the months of the year.
So without the house. Yeah, I know it is in there, but her sister's.
Would you tell me? Yeah.
No, but I.
Where, we had. They made, on the, find the zone that's important.
But you really should have asked it to do something else. And they still with first, so it's going down. I don't know, maybe we just made the video.
When there was that, they don't know, sustain like this one. Kids, I was happy. Do it. Well, it's both again.
Well, every time I ask, we, yeah, because I just talked to you. Yes. I mean, I'm one guy that was probably at that. I mean, it was. Yeah, but everyone else in there for here, for two. I sent this guy, that looking at, you can request. This the. Or if it's lying, he's gone, and to go back 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't find yourself, right, and still got some, and prices, gone. So this guy had some properties. No, I really, yeah. There's my prices that says there's no serious. And then it's just.
That's a lot of good.
Yeah, so this part of the.
Yeah.
But like, the neighbor is. And so they just have. Yeah, so I asked. Non-chase, non-major. Training. So from understanding. Next year. One is. Holy cow. Well, I'm very.
Your hands can always be.
I would try, it should be actually, yeah, pretty full on vision. I'm having to hear all the chatting stages, you can go in my God, there's. There's more street, that's 5 years. And really, you're, and you go, it's crazy, but, you know, it's more than, oh, you know, so 2 years of, 5 years of the same. Chat. To get old. And then, we're going, it's fortunate that actor, they were looking. Really like what I'm looking at. Whatever it says, it's very he's so. I don't know. And then if you have.
Yeah, that's kind of sweet.
You have the only thing we can know him. That. States. Not like you said, you had 18, you only had 2 weeks.
Yeah. Families.
Yeah.
Things like mom.
There was a friend kind of like, maybe I should have, keep having, was preparing, it's to go in. Nine. And just, down there, through, let them on your project, that will happen, because they, oh, this is. So the school.
We moved in.
I have mine now, which is on the. Chicken molasses, that's my option. All those dishes out there, we need color, and so it's kind of half going on with nothing, and they can wrong. And boys, and then the sugar value for money. 300,000, 700,000. You went paid $1,500 to get them to those places. Basically, what happened is. They said, well, already let us know that and I'm the front. So and I think that they were for that. Yes. And then. And then he helped us, she was on. Serve. It's long term.
Yeah.
Over, yeah. I'll figure it out. I was walking the street. Where you went?
Yeah. I mean, I walk on those sidewalks every day. And I find someone's around. Or, well, I did ask me another day when I was talking about it. Long room.
The cow, but, you know, that's that.
Yeah, it's kind of. I got the hair from away.
We still have sorts for real estate. Other than that, like, all like, so I'm trying to figure out. And we unfortunately.
I know, they put the wrong end. And I still asking around, what is with those chefs around? Somebody have any? But then I thought, you have well, then you could actually pass this, and so which way one like. I know he has like in wandering actually first, they didn't want to have anything that has a lodge and everything.
Quite leave that. But we'll go with it.
Yeah.
I got, was it my, what do you got?
Now we say. Very young. What's that for later? It's the easy one.
So if I-
That was our place. That's the one. And I can appreciate it. Sure. It's kind of like.
Yeah, right.
First one, I think we have to better than the more lives, because it's great. It's wrong in all the hair. Oh.
So, and you.
The walk, or flashing lights for one. I don't know what it is, but I started to go along, very flashing. So I'm putting back the house. I'm standing there and I'm. No one dead, they're all doing so like. I was in.
Yeah, there's some break, yeah, it's starting to know you.
All right. Thank you for waiting patiently for us. It will bode well that we use this time now before we talk to you. So thank you. Moving down to mayor and council comments. The appointment to planning commission position number 5 to expire January 2nd, 2031. With the council's approval, I am wanting to nominate Elizabeth Nelson, which is with us tonight. So if I have your blessing, I would be nominating her.
That's why you've been coming to some of these.
So it's good for planning commission, we need good people that are interested. And so. I'll make your blessing.
Absolutely.
Sounds great.
Yeah, do it. Okay,
It needs to be a form.
first and a second,
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. One thing we tabled from last meeting was, those of you that want to take over the responsibilities of some of the activities of the city. And I don't know if any of you have given any thought to what you want to do, what you don't want to do.
We're just gonna give a rundown of what those
Okay.
require, so I can go first, so I do Halloween. So what that involves is gathering funds, usually we partner with Rodeo Association, they're a great partner for that, and also in the past, we've partnered with Safeway, it involves ordering candy to be passed out to the kids, and involves coordinating with Safeway to order hot dogs and condiments and the buns, and then gathering it all and bringing it here, and in the matter of hours, cooking 800 to 1,000 hot dogs and handing them out just as fast. So, it's a good event, everybody enjoys it, but that's the level of commitment it is. It does require a little bit of, ahead of time, but definitely day of Halloween it's a commitment. And the staff helps set up for that, so you're not alone.
I mean, it's not always day of, it's if it
Yes.
falls on a weekend, it's usually the Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, exactly. So that's my spiel for Halloween.
I've been helping out with the Easter egg hunt, which honestly is a really cool event. It's amazing to see so many little kids all in one place, just kind of itching and ready to go, just waiting for that fire engine horn and siren to go off. In helping coordinate it, there's a lot of prep work, but honestly, the day of is pretty. There's not a whole lot to it. You want to make sure that you have adequate volunteers there the day of, but the majority of prep for the Easter egg hunt is coordinating with all of our sponsors. We have sponsors that help out with the costs of acquiring plastic eggs, candy. We have some awesome volunteers that help stuff plastic eggs with candy. The gals here at the city in the front office, the folks at the library, and the gals down at the visitor center. Just coordinating and finding sponsors for purchasing Easter egg baskets as prizes for the kids. We've had a number of sponsors that contribute every year. That has been awesome. My Sidewalk Cafe has been an awesome partner. The Rodeo Association has stuck with us and been a leading partner every single year. And so just a lot of coordination, phone calls, touching base with folks, and just kind of ironing out some of those details, connecting different people with other people for eggs, candy, that kind of stuff. But the day of it is basically just having adequate number of people to put out, 5,000 to 6,000 plastic eggs. And then just basically keeping the kids back on the sidewalk before you actually let them go and have at it. It's over in a matter of seconds. So yeah. You can have the rest of your Saturday to do whatever else. So.
And then chambers heavily involved in that.
It is a chamber event, yes. So our position with it is just a helper position. It's a coordination. Maddie's great and very communicative and helping with that coordination. So it is the chambers event is the Newport Area Chamber Easter egg hunt, but. We, as the council people, just help out with the coordination of it, so. It's been a great partnership.
And I have the pleasure to be part of the Christmas, hometown Christmas piece, and also again, the greater Newport Area Chamber has been really the leading source of this. Maddie and the ladies on the chamber have really taken it to the next level by adding more things to it, and so. And same, just like the Easter egg hunt, we are a partner in this and we try to help out where we can. But at the end of the day, Maddie and then the chamber board plus the museum also kind of partner in this with the Christmas lighting. So we're trying to be a partner in that situation. So it's the same concept. So there's certain times where we have bad winters where the city actually comes in too and clears out some snow. Or, you know, the couple, 300-400 people that come down there to take pictures with Santa. So we make sure that, you know, the gazebo is ready and all that kind of stuff. And so we make sure that we help facilitate any kind of help that they need. So again, it's the same concept, Echo and Nathan. It's a chamber event, but we try to be a great partner on how to help them in any situation that we can.
So I do the National Night Out, which really isn't a lot. We hand out popsicles. I buy the popsicles and we hand those out to the kids in the past. I've also cooked the hot dogs that and arranged to get those here, hot dogs and buns. Although last year Stouffer did the cooking for us and actually had the hot dogs too, which was really nice. So anyway, that's National Night Out. That's a great event. We get a lot of participation. You know, we've only done it 2 years in a row, so you know, it's kind of a new project, but it's not too complicated. So I think that's.
Yeah, and then you wanna keep yours, right? You wanna keep.
I would like to keep mine, yes. I don't necessarily want to
And
ask
the
my.
other three are up for grabs. For this year, well, I guess you're heading,
taking care
or, yeah.
If anybody was interested, I'd be more than welcoming to let them come alongside and
Train,
kind of see how it all happens.
Are we looking to make a decision on this evening?
yes.
You can say, yes, I want that one if you want that one. I think it's the two of us.
Think so. Well, I could probably do Halloween.
That'd be fantastic. For personal schedule and business wise, it would be much better for me if I could partner with you and maybe, and obviously, we're not looking to have a forum. There's the idea, but we want the city to have and this body to have representation, sure. So maybe we can.
But you can,
Talk
yeah,
about National Night Out too.
yeah, it's perfect. Okay.
I'm willing to help with, you know.
No, I'm good with sticking with Christmas too, because I think it's great. I think the ladies
I
at
can
chamber.
help with
so
you
perfect.
too, Mark, you know, if there's
Thank you,
anything.
Don. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Right.
Okay, sounds good.
So did you get all the volunteers there, Tim?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Still mayor and council comments. So I know that some of you are here and interested in this next part and what we're gonna talk about, which we're gonna have audience participation after we're done here. But I'm gonna read the press release that we put out last week with a few more details to add to it for your information. So the city of Newport has recently discovered that it was the victim of a fraudulent web-based scheme that resulted in the wrongful transfer of approximately $330,000 in city funds. City has notified appropriate law enforcement authorities. The matter remains under active investigation. This is deeply concerning situation. We recognize this could represent a significant loss of taxpayer dollars. We take our responsibility to safeguard public funds extremely seriously. Preliminary findings indicate that the funds were obtained through a sophisticated online scam. At this time, there is no evidence that residents' personal information was compromised. The incident appears to be limited to municipal financial transactions. City is taking the following immediate actions: reporting the matter to local, state, and federal law enforcement and other appropriate authorities, initiating a comprehensive review of internal financial controls, policies, and procedures, and identifying and implementing additional safeguards for electronic payments and vendor verification processes. The city will provide updates as appropriate while maintaining the integrity of the ongoing investigation. And that's one thing I wanted to make pretty clear that this is an ongoing investigation. And we have, I wanted to let you guys know that the city of Newport Police is not doing the investigation because we're not gonna investigate ourselves. So we have an outside entity doing that. Our city attorney is, getting a third-party independent, investigator to do the internal investigation of processes and everything else that's going on with that. So, just wanted to make the public aware that that is something outside of us. We're not investigating ourselves. We have informed also the FBI, the IC3.gov, which, you know, I don't know how in depth that will go, but that's something that's a task force that goes after things like this as well. This might just be a little blip on their radar, but this is something that we want to make sure that the FBI was aware of as well. Wanted to reinforce the fact that there's no evidence of embezzlement. This was from what the preliminary information is, that it was a sophisticated online fraud that occurred in the city. And one other statement I wanted to make, I kind of wrote this down as remember what to say. We take our fiduciary responsibilities seriously. While this situation saddens us, every one of us, we want to let you know that when we are able to share specifics, we will. Our goal is to give you factual information. And with that goal in mind, we want to release as much, if we won't release much information until we know all the facts. It'd be unfair to you, it'd be unfair to us, the employees, if we gave you information here and there and then had to retract that. So we want to make sure that when we give information out, that it's factual and it's backed up. So timelines, I really can't say, you know, what the timeline is for this, but when we can give you information, we will give you information. So with that being said, are there any other members of the council that want to add?
Yeah, it's a sad day for, you know, the city of Newport. I mean, nobody ever wants this to happen. And unfortunately, something has happened like that. Is what we do from now on is gonna be the difference on what happens the next time. It's never good for a town, even if we lost $50, it's never good for us to lose that. Was the fact that every penny that we have, we need. And as you guys see, we're trying to do the best that we can at this. And for me, being a, you know, kid from here, a business owner, trying to make sure that this is the place where I want to, you know, be for the rest of my life. It sucks because I never want to be on the news for the wrong reasons. And this is just one of those things. And so it's sad. It saddens me. And I just hope that, you know, somehow we could figure out how to move forward and then, you know, just move on and get better at this.
Yeah, I'd just say that this body up here truly has the desire to be open, to be transparent, and share any and all information that we can. From my standpoint, that will happen in the proper time. The integrity of the investigation has to occur, just cannot be put at risk. So there's genuine intent and concern from each one of us, and truly believe that the steps that are and will be taken will be steps in the right direction to make every effort to recover, you know, do whatever we can for the betterment of our city.
Anybody else?
Just that we live in a time where technology is moving ahead fast, and so, yeah, we'll be looking at policies, we'll be looking at all sorts of things to protect ourselves from what can be coming in the future, because everybody knows how fast things are evolving and changing. We need to look at what's in place.
Right. If there's no other comments, we will move down to audience participation. I have 2 people signed up. Kristen, you're first. Before, just sorry, I think to interrupt you, just one thing, we're gonna kind of lay out the ground rules a little bit. To kind of remind people, sign in, which is good. 3 minutes usually is what we need to have, for a time limit. Address the council and then just state your name for the record, name and address.
Kristen Yake, I'm one of the owners of my Sidewalk Cafe at 300 South Washington. I also live at 1695 North Shore, Diamond Lake Road. I just had a couple of questions. I understand it's an ongoing investigation, but I'm curious what policies we have in place that are ready and what are we doing to try to avoid this in the future? And who approves these things? Was it something that we had to pay? Was it somebody that I broke into the account? I mean, I don't really know how that works out, but is there certain people that are responsible and are those people being disciplined or at least put on administrative leave for the time being? Because as a business owner, you know, we have safeguards in place and we're concerned about our funds. And I know you guys are all concerned about our funds too. And I think you guys are all great, but I'm just curious as to, are we taking the right actions and whatever happened and whoever was involved, are they on administrative leave like that is in most other instances? And then also curious on who the outside investigation company is or who they are, who's investigating, just for record. That's all I have.
There are procedures in place. And, we're looking at those further to see if we can, bolster them up a little bit more, even to give more layers. As far as administrative leave or, discipline with the staff, that's something we really can't divulge right now, just because of the investigation.
Okay.
And, the outside agencies, they're third-party independent, one's a police, department. And, the other is, we're working through our city attorney, to get a third party away from them that's going to be doing it. So that's the third party independent,
Okay.
firm that we're hopefully, that's preliminary, but we want to get that part of it, the staff part, the part policies and procedures. That's the investigation we want to get going, quickly here. That seems like it could be a little bit, faster than maybe the police would be, just that takes a little bit more time.
Right, no, I understand. It's just a large amount of money and I'm just curious on how many people have to sign off on
Yes.
something like that for that to happen, or if this was just a simple mistake made by an employee.
Yeah, we're looking into the whys and hows this happened,
Okay.
for
Thank
sure.
you.
You're welcome. Thanks for your comments. Chris Johnson.
Hi, Chris Johnson, 447 South State Avenue. I'm concerned as well, like a lot of us. Jamie Sears mentioned about safeguards in the future, right? What about today?
Right, there are things in place.
I mean,
If I can talk specifics, I really want you.
sorry.
Right.
Why, if we do have these things in place, how did this happen? Because in the newsletter, it says or someone was part of a scheme. Right, and the scheme is premeditated, right?
Yeah, and when we're able to divulge those facts as not part of the criminal investigation, you guys will know.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what guardrails were in place.
How specific can we?
Yeah, that's the subject of the investigation,
Okay.
and so, this is time for public comment, not necessarily a question and answer session, so it's better to be.
Well,
comments.
Yeah,
You know,
but again, Chris, I understand the angst and the wanting the answers.
I was just wondering what kind of safeguards there were today, because good grief.
Yeah.
Like this gal said, this day and age, it could happen every day.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, in the future, right, we never know what's going to happen in the future, things are evolving, and yes, but it's our job to be on top of things, and we have things in place. And we will continue to evolve, like any entity, we will continue to evolve as things, come, just same as you guys with your business, right? Makes sense that. Things that,
Thanks for the answer.
If I'll be straight, if I could divulge every single thing, no, and I know you can't, but if I could, I would, and I so want to. But it's just one of those things we have to kind of wait for all the facts to come out and to line up. And when we have all those answers, we'll be able to share. Yeah,
I guess the point I was making is, do we have any safeguards today?
yes,
I take your word for it.
we do. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. And everybody else that came, just to know, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you're engaged and that you care, because that helps us when we know that our citizens are engaged. And, Leslie, I'll let you comment if you're coming sign my sheet real quick.
Okay. It's not much of a comment, it's a quick question, but it's not related to the
As you
investigation.
say, I gotta stick to my rules.
Can't write tonight.
That's good.
Oops,
Thank you for you.
Okay, I just had a question in the sense of, does the city have insurance that covers this loss, and if not, how are you gonna try to recoup it?
We're working different avenues is all I can say right now.
Oh,
That's-
I didn't have to ask.
Yeah, but that's part of the big picture.
Okay.
That's part of the big picture. So as soon as we can tell you, we're gonna tell you. Thank you.
That's a big ask, but it's the truth of the matter. It's hard to say, trust me, when something like this happens, but, each one of us are residents, we're neighbors, we're moms, dads, friends of all of you. We truly have a desire to get to the bottom of this, just the same as everybody else.
I guess my concern as a taxpayers, it's getting expensive out there. And so if we're the ones that have to make up the difference, that's not gonna be good.
That's part of what hurts so bad, honestly, here. Because we feel it as taxpayers, the same as you do.
What I took from this last week, it felt like a kick in the pants to me because, we changed, the budget this year to, implement a lesser rate increase this year than
Right.
what we needed to. So we put less into savings to make that happen. And that amount that we put into savings is a fraction of what this is. And it just, yeah, it's a kick in the teeth because, yeah, this makes a huge difference for us. So.
Yeah, if you guys saw that with the rate increase this year, I think this body right here actually said, listen, we know times are tough. We just don't feel like this is the right time to do this, and we went to bat, just said, hey, this is not the time, people don't have the money, it's just not where we need to be. And then honestly, this body right here knows less than everybody else. And the reason we go to those executive sessions, because that's where we can talk to each other. Usually you can't get three of us in a room and talk, because then it's a meeting, right? So that's the only way we get to communicate that way, and we know less than some. So when everybody thinks that we know everything what happened, we really don't.
The only thing that we were given prior to this meeting is essentially what is in the press release. So that meeting that we had was our chance to get up to date, on what we do now, so.
Keith, would you like me to sign that?
Well, if you're,
I got some question.
question
For everybody, just very simple.
okay, really quick.
Does the city have an IT person? in
Yes.
charge?
Yeah, we've got,
Why wasn't this looked at?
again, that's part of the whole investigation.
Well, working for a big corporation, They've been on the move for watching for this for several years, and not just instantly. IT people, that's their job.
Right. Indeed. Indeed. It's all part of the big picture.
I hope we come to,
Me too. All right, with that being said, that is the end of the audience participation. Thank you again, everyone. Moving down to city administrator.
All right, just a few brief updates for you tonight. In the past, since we last met, I've done a pretty thorough review with Kimley Horn over climate vulnerabilities, identifying different areas. As that kind of grows and comes to completion, you guys will see what policies come out of that. Of course, that's part of the comprehensive plan. We've submitted our plans for review to the engineers at the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund for the 900,000 reservoir. So that timeline has started of when they need to get back to us and give any feedback or just give us approval to go out for bid for that. And then I did submit for the Public Works Board riverbank stabilization. That's part of the project of the overall larger wastewater treatment plant improvement. And that's all I have for tonight.
Any questions for Abby? No? All right, moving on to new business. Agreement NP 2026-01 for engineering and land surveying services between the city of Newport and James A. Sewell Associates.
All right, so this is one that we've kind of maintained. We don't necessarily use Sewell's a whole bunch for city purposes. It can become a conflict of interest when others are trying to utilize them in their local company. Anytime we do have someone in town use them, that also needs inspection. We have our contract with the inspector too, so we just kind of go through and do a review of that. But it's nice sometimes, land surveyors can be very hard to come by. And the historical knowledge that they have with the city is just nice to kind of keep an agreement ongoing.
I'll make a motion to approve agreement NP 2026-01.
I'll second.
Your first and a second, any further discussion?
I will just ask the question, because I said I'm the new guy, I'm gonna be asking lots of questions.
That's okay.
I noticed in our agreement with them that we have on line 15, controlling law, jurisdiction and venue. This agreement shall be interpreted and enforced in and according to the law of the state of Washington, venue of any dispute resolution process arising out of or related to this agreement shall be in the state of Washington as subject to the exclusive jurisdiction thereof. Great, but then I looked over at our upcoming resolution we're gonna look at with the interlocal agreement with Padre County. And on line 13 there, it says the parties agree the laws of the state of Washington shall govern any matter. The parties further agree that the Superior Court of Padre County is the sole venue for any action or proceedings to enforce the right or obligation. So coming to my business background, in my contracts, I also try to limit any legal liability to our jurisdiction. So I guess the question is, now we're looking to make any things out of our county neighbors. Do we need to, maybe this question for you, do we need to restrict that a little more? Since it's the state of Washington, whereas with the county, we would keep it here local. So if we have any problem with Sewell, please maybe send representatives to Olympia or wherever they choose to sue us. So that's just a question. I'm the green guy.
It likely, the state of Washington is sufficient, and that's because with property type disputes, it's required to be brought in the jurisdiction where the property is. So you're necessarily limited by where they're performing services for you. If that helps.
No problem.
Was a quiz for the attorney.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Any other comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance 2147 relating to the city's planning commission amending Newport Municipal Code sections 2.16.010 and 2.16 is 0.020, 2.16.040, and ordinance 2015 and ordinance 2098 in 2022, and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Abby.
All right, so this is just a little bit of a cleanup of current code. One, to match current practice, so anytime we have an appointment or reappointment, we ask for an updated application for the planning commission. The code stated 5 years, our CW dictates 6 years for those terms. And it said that we could have a staff member or a planning commission could appoint a secretary. I think best practice is that we have a staff member, he can maintain those minutes and records. And just in the what if, no chair or vice chair is there, but we do have quorum. That the process that they can do to open and conduct a meeting.
So we have 2 open chairs, 2 open people for, I mean, like, how many seats are open for the planning commission?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I like that they're staggered, because that just helps.
So that, yeah, that's all part of state law, and so we just updated those dates, but it was set on a 5-year term and it should be 6-year term.
I'll go back to that. I will make a motion to approve ordinance 2147 relating to the city's planning commission.
I'll second.
I hear first and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Agreement NP 2026-02, GIS agreement with Monterey County. Abby.
All right, so I touched on this briefly at our last meeting, let me know it's gonna come up, so, several months ago, started a conversation with the county on, what it would look like for, to get a map with all the dates of, the different annexations and plats and land divisions. It's information that's, you know, historical that the county has access to. But knowing that it would take some time and effort, this kind of just would allow us to scope out projects very particular in nature, so we already have a contract that we use for updating the GIS, but not necessarily with the historical knowledge and access that the county has.
So this mentions in our contract with them, it does use the word IT services.
So they fall under the same department, and so they scoped it out in that way that it could be for either GIS or IT services. The intent is just to use it for the GIS. If council wants to have additional services with the county, we can talk about that, and this interlocal would cover that.
Is this an overlap of what we already have in vision? Where if we were to utilize them?
Possible.
Also instead of, it could be.
It could be.
Okay.
Law enforcement already uses county IT. So,
And then I'll do my question now, is during discussion, line number 8, billing payment, it talks about that we've got an appendix that will be updated, and then we will not be agreeing to do any work until we have an updated one, which has to be done before the beginning of the first quarter. And the appendix that I see has 2025 costs on it, so I assume that before we start any work with them, they were going to give us an upgraded appendix with their costs.
yes, so
This
this
is
was,
an example or some kind of.
well, this was as of 2025. I don't know if those rates
Okay.
were raised or not, but that's what we had the opportunity to have at the time of presentation. So if it's within the first quarter, I can definitely go back and ask
Perfect,
if
thanks.
that's an issue.
No further. I'll make a motion to approve agreement NP 2026-2, the GIS agreement with Monterey County.
Second.
I hear a first and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Brings us to bills and payroll.
And having reviewed the bills and had my questions answered, thank you very much to the staff. I would like to make a motion that we approve the bills and payroll for this.
I'll second it.
First and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and we will adjourn our meeting at 7:15.